division, the biggest game of Brock Purdy's career. Let me contextualize this for y'all. Deebo Samuel on the field, Niners average 7.1 yards a play. Deebo Samuel off the field, Niners average 5.7 yards a play. Acho, that sounds marginal. Why you bring that up? 1.4 yards per play, that's the difference. Over the course of 64 plays, which is what the Niners played last game, that's 90 yards. 90 yards on average, you have about 350. So we're talking about 35% differentiation of the Niners offense when Deebo plays and when Deebo doesn't play. There is no bigger story that you will hear today than the fact that Deebo is playing. James, you played receiver. You understand how this helps the quarterback, how his absence hurts the quarterback. What's this mean for the Niners?
This is huge, and it's not just for the quarterback, it's for the coach too, Kyle Shanahan. When you see Deebo go out that ball game, he look at his play call sheet and he say, can't run that. Nah, can't run that neither. Nope, can't run that neither. Nah, can't run that neither.
No circles on there.
Oh, can't run that. ain't no circles because we can't run that. Can't run that neither. Brock Purdy out there, that's the circle. We in trouble. No, Deebo's huge. I mean, for the offensive coordinator, everything on that playbook is open now. Obviously, Brock Purdy, yes, he does take some shots down the field, but when it all fails, where's Deebo? Find him, get this football out of my hands fast, and that's the way even Kyle Shanahan calls the game. This is huge for the Niners. I mean, and we all know he's a tough tackle. Like I said, I was screaming at the TV when he touched the ball before he got hurt. Please tackle, tackle, tackle. So this is a big time.
Joy, what's to do for your confidence? Deebo Samuel back. He's a nice security blanket. I won't say that he's Brock's security blanket because McCaffrey's still there, and I think that's the true security blanket. But what does this do for your confidence in the Niners going into this game?
I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna be petty today. It's Friday. We having a nice show. We all getting along. I ain't gonna bring up those 3 games when McCaffrey was out there and Deebo wasn't there. I mean, it slipped out. Yeah. You want the best players available. Deebo's one of the best players in the league. This is great news for everyone. We want to see the best versus the best.
No doubt.
And as James clearly lined out in the playlist, there's a lot of plays can't run without Deebo. So yes, look, I understand there was questions answered last week, right? Despite the way that Brock Purdy played, can he win without Deebo? That sounded really good. Like, it read really good on Twitter. Like, haters, da-da-da. Cool. You feel better, Deebo, out there?
Yep.
Much better, yes. Okay, you won without Deebo, but you want Deebo out there for the NFC Championship game. This is more than a security blanket. Deebo is a great player. You very clearly, very eloquently, might I add, because that was a lot of numbers, but I followed it very, very easily. So it was a great layout by you. A big margin of their offense lies at the feet of Deebo Samuel. And really at the feet because those yards after the catch are super important. So it's great that he's going to be available. Changes the game.
Shady, take us into the mentality, because you walked onto the field as a superstar, but you walked onto the field with superstars: LeSean Jackson, Jeremy Maclin, Michael Vick, Antonio Brown, Rob Gronkowski, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, amongst others. When you got your dog with you, what does that do both on the field and then from a mentality perspective with Deebo coming back? How's that elevate the game?
Well, let's just stick with the Niners, because when he's playing, they're averaging 31 points a game, right? When he's not playing, they're averaging 17.
Oh,
when you have a dude like Deebo, where most would say that probably the most valuable player would be, other than Brock Purdy, but it would be, for that team, it would be Christian McCaffrey, right? But when you really watch the Niners, when they have them stall-out moments, when they can't really get going, they go to Deebo, right? And you'll throw him a little screen, a little pass, he'll break a tackle, right? Run somebody over, and he gets the whole thing going. I really want to say gets the whole thing popping. And that's what type of player he is. He gets the morale of the team up. He gets the juices flowing for everybody. And I just think that when he's not there, you don't have that. When you need a play, when you talk about yards after catch, he leads the team in that for a reason. You don't have to be, when you have a guy like Deebo, you don't have to be perfect. You gave him the ball and let him do his thing, and I just feel like you can't replace that. So having him back is big and it's tremendous for that team.
Transitioning now to the AFC side of things, because we're just talking about the Niners, that's a big-time matchup. But Lamar has a big-time matchup.
Yeah,
Not only does he have a big-time matchup, it's more than just a football game. Because when I think about Lamar Jackson, I'm thinking about the fact that his legacy is on the line. Like, y'all aren't just watching 60 minutes of football play. We're going to talk about this topic, this block. Y'all aren't just watching 60 minutes of football play. Y'all are literally watching someone create his Hall of Fame resume. You're witnessing his Hall of Fame speech. You're witnessing the statistics that will forever go into his Hall of Fame shrine. That's what's at stake when you're talking about Lamar Jackson and the Ravens this game. So, James, let me ask you first. What would a win mean for Lamar's legacy?
I mean, a win and on the way to the Super Bowl will really just solidify him being the first ballot Hall of Famer. You know, right now I still think that, I think he's going to the Hall of Fame, but first ballot, that's a little different. When The very first 5 years after you done, we ain't even asking no questions. Knock on the door, you know that's coming. I think this right here for Lamar Jackson, that's what that solidifies. If he can get this one done and get to a Super Bowl, he will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. In my humble opinion, whether he wins it or loses it, he will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. So this is a legacy moment for him. I think that's what that means, man. And knock on the door in 5 years, whenever he is done playing, you know, it's already going to be there for him.
So you're saying that this game, Hall of Fame first ballot is on the line?
First ballot. With what Lamar Jackson has meant to this game, with what Lamar Jackson has done, and he's just really getting started. He's going to do more. You beat Patrick Mahomes and get to a Super Bowl. To me, this solidifies you a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Good. That's good. That's heavy.
That first ballot knock is strong, too.
But he gonna be sitting in there like, there's a lot of people sitting there like, I don't know if let's pray. He gonna be sitting there like, man.
That not coming. No, I hear you.
Oh, no, let's pray.
For me, it solidifies dual threat quarterbacks.
Yeah.
If he makes it to the Super Bowl and beats Patrick Mahomes on his way there with 2 league MVPs, it's going to change how I talk about quarterbacks. Everyone else can do what they want, but I will be including rushing yards when I talk about a quarterback stat. I'll be including rushing touchdowns when I talk about how many touchdowns did they have. The last I checked, the yards count the same. The last I checked, the points count the same. And for a very long time, we have always kept those separate. Okay, how many touchdowns do they have this year? Yeah. Oh, they had so-and-so. No. How many total touchdowns did they have? That's going to matter because throughout Lamar Jackson's entire career, before he even got drafted, there were questions about, is his style going to work? Is it going to translate to winning, and can he win at a high level? Well, not only do we know that you can be the best player in the league multiple times playing the way that Lamar Jackson plays, but now this can get you to a Super Bowl. And last year we had a quarterback who was an all-pro in the MVP conversation, who was a running quarterback being the Super Bowl as well. So this is shifting the narrative, but it's also now fundamentally a fact that you can win with a quarterback that we think is a run-first quarterback. I think that's monumentally effective on the sport. Like, it is a shift that we have to recognize and absorb into how we evaluate quarterbacks. Yes, you can be a pass-first quarterback and have an immense amount of success in this league. We know that. That's what the standard has been. But you can also play another way and have a high level of success, and we can't keep separating the two or making these exceptions or moving around the statistics to validate it. It just is where the league is right now, and Lamar Jackson is leading that. So 2 MVPs, getting to the Super Bowl, beating Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship game. Of course, it's super important to his legacy in the Hall of Fame and everything that you guys said. But I also really, truly believe it is monumental to where the game is going and shifting how guys will be drafted, how they will be evaluated, what younger players will start to develop into. So I think it's almost Steph Curry-esque, like the shift that I think will happen if Lamar does this.
Shady, in talking to you yesterday, walking down towards the dressing rooms post-show, and you, James Jones, I think we were all having a conversation, it got me to what I'm about to say. If Lamar Jackson beats Patrick Mahomes, he's the second greatest quarterback in football. But here's my why, because we rank quarterbacks based upon their relevance to Patrick Mahomes. I think about it like the sun. Our planets are listed in order of their proximity to the sun. Patrick Mahomes is the sun. To me, Joe Burrow's the second best quarterback in football because he beat Patrick Mahomes. Josh Allen became a great quarterback when he almost outdueled Patrick Mahomes. It's your relevance and your proximity to the sun that dictate the order in our solar system. It's your relevance and your proximity to Patrick Mahomes that actually dictate your greatness. The reason we haven't had up until this season Lamar Jackson in our top 3 or top 4 quarterback conversations, he's never played Pat in the playoffs. So we do not know his proximity to the greatest star, the most bright star in our football solar system, Patrick Mahomes, because we haven't seen it. We know how close Joe Burrow is. Oh, he beat him. He's second. We know how close Josh Allen is. Oh, he almost beat him. He's third. But we don't know where to place Lamar Jackson because he's not in our solar system because he hasn't come near the sun. But he's about to go up against the greatest star in the NFL solar system, which is Patrick Mahomes. You beat Pat. Now you jump to second because it's all about your proximity to Mahomes. When Jalen Hurts truly cemented his greatness was when he almost beat Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Then all the doubts, at least for last season, dissipated. So in my mind, if Lamar beats Pat, he jumps to second because quarterback rankings are all about their proximity to the greatest star, which is Patrick Mahomes. Shady, what's Lamar's legacy? What happens on Sunday? What would a win mean?
Real quick, though, before I give you the answer, let's say Lamar loses and he plays really, really well. because Jalen Hurts, I mean, I always thought he was really, really good, right? But the Super Bowl, it did something to me. Like, I felt even better about Jalen Hurts, the way he played. We lost, but the way he played, I'm like, yo, if we get this for the next 4 or 5 years, we good. Does that matter at all?
1,000%. Same thing with Josh Allen. When Josh's greatest win was a loss to Patrick Mahomes. The greatest win in our narrative mind for Josh Allen was a loss versus Pat. So even if he loses, the greatest narrative win in our mind for Jalen Hurts was a loss to Patrick Mahomes.
It's not going to matter to the world, though.
No, but I think in our mind, I think in our mind.
I don't know, man. It depends.
Take heat.
Depends on the way he plays. I don't know. He's never done this well in the playoffs yet, Lamar.
He's never played well in the playoffs.
So let's say he ball out. We already know what he is in the regular season. He's a beast. If he plays like that, if he plays the same way he plays against the Niners.
Oh, fair. Even
the Niners.
And they lose.
You gonna be like, yo, they lost, but bro was going crazy. He was this, he was that. Think about it, though, for a second.
I agree with that.
Even the Texans, if he played the way he did with the Texans
4 touchdowns, no turnovers.
Passing and running.
Josh Allen left Patrick Mahomes 13 seconds, James.
I know.
1, 2, 3, 4. 13 seconds.
I think that matters.
Yeah,
how
I think it
looks.
does also.
To us, to the world, he lost.
Well, listen.
To Patty.
We are powerful.
He could not get it done.
We can talk about it.
I can see it right now. He could not get it done. Maybe on the last drive, if he was just a throwing quarterback and could make, I'm telling you, he has to win, man.
Yeah. I mean, they got the better team. They're at home. Got a amazing defense. They should win this game. They should win it.
Like really quick. 13 seconds. All right? And whenever we talk about that game, we say, Josh left him too much time.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
And don't change your voice for that.
Do that.
And then not only that, whenever we talk about the game, we say Josh can't beat Pat.
No.
We don't say Buffalo.
I hear you.
We say Buffalo.
We don't say
Josh
he
left
left
that
him too
man
much time.
13
None
seconds.
of us saw that 13 seconds.
Don't change your voice.
See it now.
That's too much time. Yeah, but before that, we didn't do
He
that.
had me believing it with his voice.
Hey.
And what did we say? It ain't even happen like that.
What do we say, though? When we talk about
never
that
say
game,
that.
we say Josh can't beat Patty. We
Yes,
don't say Buffalo.
because we got a
And
couple
we know
other
it was 13
examples.
seconds.
I think that's more if he beats him more than once in the playoffs.
Yeah, we had some other
He
examples.
came in the crib and beat him.
Bro, we all know that game came out at 13 seconds.
James, why you change your voice
And
like
we
that?
say,
bro?
Josh.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie though. Your kids, you got 2 boys, right?
little
I know when they was little boys, like little, you probably told the best stories.
No,
Dad, can we get a story before we go to bed? Yeah.
I give it to him,
This
too.
football game.
Don't tell your mom.
They left him 13 seconds.
That's I got that from. Hey, don't tell your mom.
That's one of them like Rocky movies. You can't win. You gotta dig deep. Hey, what?
James, that's not how it happened.
13 seconds.
Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.